Hello and welcome to The Word, bringing you the good news of Jesus Christ every day from the Order of Preachers around the world. Today is Friday of the 31st week in Ordinary Time, and from the United States, we hear from Dr. Anne Garrido, an Associate Professor of Homiletics at Aquinas Institute of Theology. Anne is coming to us from Atlanta today with a preaching entitled, Clever Jesus, Cleverer.
A reading from the Gospel according to Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, "A rich man had a steward who was reported to him for squandering his property. He summoned him and said, 'What is this I hear about you? Prepare a full account of your stewardship, because you can no longer be my steward.' The steward said to himself, 'What shall I do now that my master is taking the position of steward away from me? I'm not strong enough to dig, and I'm ashamed to beg. I know what I shall do, so that when I'm removed from the stewardship, they may welcome me into their homes.' He called his master's debtors one by one, and to the first he said, 'How much do you owe my master?' He replied, 100 measures of olive oil. He said to him, 'Here's your promissory note. Sit down and quickly write one for 50. Then to another he said, 'And you, how much do you owe?' He replied, 100 measures of wheat. He said to him, 'Here's your promissory note. Write one for 80. And the master commended that dishonest steward for acting prudently. For the children of this world are more prudent in dealing with their own generation than the children of light." The story Jesus tells in today's gospel all sounds plausible, doesn't it? Until you get to the final verse. A middle manager has mismanaged some funds, and when he finds out that he's about to be fired, he makes a deal with some of his boss's clients that will help soften his tumble from power. In the business world, such machinations happen all the time, don't they? The shock comes only in the final verse. Just when you expect the middle manager to land in jail for all of his crooked deeds, the landowner says, "Clever, well played." He commends the dishonest steward for what he's done. It's a bit of a puzzle. Is Jesus suggesting here that crookedness is okay? That it's fine to steal from your boss? Probably not. What might be important to know is that Jesus often used everyday situations in the world as fodder for speaking about his favorite subject, which was the reign of God. And forgiveness of debt was one of his favorite images for what God's reign entailed, most especially in Luke's gospel, where today's passage comes from. Think in Luke chapter 7, Jesus poses another question about two debtors who owe different amounts. If both debts are forgiven, he asks, who's going to be more grateful? Think in Luke chapter 11, he teaches his disciples to pray, "Forgive us our debts as we ourselves forgive everyone in debt to us." So now in Luke chapter 16, it seems possible that Jesus saw the crooked steward's actions as offering yet another insight into the kind of ministry that he himself was all about. For throughout Jesus' life, in so many ways, we can see Jesus playing fast and free with the riches of the God he called Father, and doing so to our benefit, forgiving our debts without asking for advance permission from the divine, forever forging an alliance with us at God's expense. And in doing so, he often made the religious leaders of his time quite worried. It felt corrupt to them that he was offering forgiveness where it felt like more public repentance should first be done. He was giving away mercy freely when it felt like laws should be followed. But then, to the delight of some, the irritation of others, and the surprise of all, Jesus' freewheeling with what belonged to God did not earn the Father's condemnation. Rather, through Jesus, another side of the Father comes out into the open. Today, as you listen to the gospel, see if you cannot imagine the Father walking out into the open toward Jesus with arms crossed like the landowner approaching his sneaky middle manager. See if you cannot imagine the Father watching as his mercy is recklessly distributed across the land, sighing, and with a smile simply admitting, "Clever, Jesus, clever. Well played."